Let's have some words.
Let's have some words about happiness. Specifically, let's take a look at some important philosophical teachings on this subject. Arthur Schopenhauer was a 19th century German philosopher noted for his deep exploration of human suffering and his unique perspective on happiness. His views intersect intriguingly with the teachings of the Buddha and the ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus, each of whom addressed the nature of desire and contentment in life. At the heart of Schopenhauer's philosophy is the concept of the will, or will to live, a fundamental blind drive that propels all life forms. This will manifests in endless desires and cravings, pushing individuals to constantly seek out new pleasures and achievements. However, this relentless pursuit often leads to dissatisfaction, as the fulfillment of one desire only gives rise to another. Schopenhauer observed that this cycle of desire is a primary source of human suffering. Similarly, the Buddha recognized that suffering, or dukkha, is an inherent part of existence, largely due to our attachments and desires. He taught that these desires lead to a cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, where individuals are trapped in a continuous loop of longing and dissatisfaction. The Buddha's middle way advocates a balanced life, steering clear of both severe asceticism and indulgent hedonism, to achieve a state of inner peace and liberation from suffering. Epicurus, though often misunderstood as a hedonist, also believed that unchecked desires lead to pain. He argued that the pursuit of simple, modest pleasures and the avoidance of unnecessary desires leads to a more stable and tranquil life. For Epicurus, the goal was not to maximize pleasure, but to minimize pain, particularly mental anguish, which he saw as far more destructive than physical discomfort. A key element in Schopenhauer's thought is the critique of the widespread belief that life should be lived in the pursuit of happiness, defined as the constant acquisition of pleasure. Schopenhauer viewed this belief as a dangerous misconception, a false narrative that ultimately leads to more misery than fulfillment. He argued that the expectation that life will provide constant joy and satisfaction sets individuals up for inevitable disappointment, as reality rarely meets these lofty expectations. Epicurus echoed this sentiment, cautioning against the pursuit of luxury and excess, which he believed brought more anxiety and dissatisfaction than contentment. Both philosophers agreed that a life of simplicity, where one curtails unnecessary desires, is far more likely to lead to a state of contentment. The Buddha, too, emphasized that clinging to the idea of lasting happiness through external means is futile. Instead, he advocated for the cultivation of inner peace and wisdom, which arise from understanding the transient nature of all things. A practical approach. Schopenhauer's 50 Rules for Life. In his manuscript Die Kunst, glücklich zu sein, The Art of Being Happy, Schopenhauer presented 50 rules designed to help individuals navigate the challenges of life. These rules offer practical guidance on how to live more contentedly by managing expectations and minimizing pain rather than relentlessly pursuing happiness. 1. Prioritize health and well-being. Schopenhauer placed great importance on maintaining physical and mental health. Like Epicurus, who believed that the absence of pain, both physical and mental, is the key to happiness, Schopenhauer advised that good health allows us to engage with life more fully and avoid much of the suffering that comes from illness and mental distress. 2. Moderation and simplicity. Both Schopenhauer and Epicurus recommended avoiding overindulgence as excessive pleasure-seeking often leads to greater dissatisfaction. By appreciating simple, everyday pleasures and maintaining a modest lifestyle, one can find more enduring contentment. 3. Manage expectations. Schopenhauer famously stated that the safest way of not being very miserable is not to expect to be very happy. By lowering expectations and recognizing the limits of what life can offer, we can avoid the deep disappointment that often follows unrealistic aspirations. 4. Seek inner peace. Like the Buddha's teachings on mindfulness and detachment, Schopenhauer encouraged the pursuit of inner calm. This involves cultivating a mindset that does not depend on external achievements or pleasures, but finds contentment in a balanced, reflective life. 5. Value friendships, but don't depend on them. While recognizing the importance of human connection, Schopenhauer advised against relying on others for happiness. True contentment comes from within, and friendships should enhance our lives without being the primary source of our well-being. 6. Accept life's impermanence. Schopenhauer emphasized the importance of understanding and accepting the transient nature of life, a concept central to Buddhist philosophy. By acknowledging that nothing lasts forever, we can better appreciate the present and reduce the pain associated with loss and change. Giving up the pursuit of happiness. Schopenhauer's philosophy, much like the teachings of the Buddha and Epicurus, suggests that the pursuit of happiness as society often defines it, through material wealth, success, or constant pleasure, is a misguided endeavor. Instead, these thinkers advocate for a life focused on minimizing pain, managing desires, and finding contentment in simplicity and moderation. Rather than chasing after an elusive and fleeting concept of happiness, we are encouraged to lower expectations. By not expecting life to be a constant source of joy, we can avoid the misery that comes from unmet desires and unrealistic hopes. Focus on health and inner peace. Prioritize well-being and cultivate a balanced, calm mind that can withstand life's inevitable challenges. Embrace contentment and simplicity. Find satisfaction in the small, everyday moments and appreciate the simplicity of life, much like Epicurus's ideal of modest living. In conclusion, Schopenhauer's approach to life offers a practical, grounded way of finding contentment by giving up the relentless pursuit of happiness that modern society often promotes. By aligning his views with those of the Buddha and Epicurus, we see a common thread: the recognition that minimizing pain and moderating desires lead to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Instead of chasing after the false promise of constant happiness, these philosophies encourage us to live wisely, embrace simplicity, and focus on what truly matters. This path, while not free from hardship, offers a richer and more sustainable form of contentment, unburdened by the disappointments of unrealistic expectations. If you're interested in these philosophies, then watch out for more videos from me on the teachings of the great philosophers and how we can apply their wisdom to our own lives, so that we may live with greater peace and contentment. Thank you for stopping by today. I'm Lovewise Wanda, and you are amazing.
Lots of love from me, Wanda. I'm so glad you made it here today. Please give me another visit sometime soon. Please like and subscribe. Please let me know if there's any topic you would like me to cover. I'm always here for you.
Oh yes, let's have some words. Lovewise Wanda. Heal your heart, rise and prosper. In your strength you will find yourself in peace of mind.